Feeling chatty, are we?
The Crystal Tower isn't supposed to do that, yes?
The tower started glowing right before you arrived.
Raz was nearby when he heard that the Sapiarchs were... Raz was nearby. Daedric Princess. Raz hates those. So that would be a yes on the bad for Summerset question. Infinite. A number so big it makes Raz's head swim just trying to imagine it. So that is what the Sapiarchs are doing at the gatehouse. Raz should have known. Magic makes this one's first stand on end. Alright, let's go to the gatehouse and see how the Sapiarchs are coming along before something else happens to the tower.
The tower! What's happening?
Raz thinks this is bad. Come, my friend, to the gatehouse!
Don't lose focus!
The diamond key! It won't meld with me!
Keep trying! We need to open these gates! Time is running out. The Sapiarchs still haven't completed their ritual, and now Nocturnal has launched an attack against them. I sent Darien and Razumdar to defend the Sapiarchs, but the Daedra keep on coming. I'll stay here and try to assist with the ritual. You go and help Darien and Razumdar. We need to buy the Sapiarchs enough time to attune themselves to the diamond keys. While the Sapiarchs here work to attune themselves to the Resolute Diamonds, other Sapiarchs perform their parts of the ritual at the north and south platform.
Let's ride!
Finish the ritual. We will keep you safe. Platform is safe. Go! Raz will finish up here.
Stay focused, Sapiarch. We'll deal with the Daedra. Platform is safe. Go! I'll finish up here. The energy. Something feels wrong.
No! I think it's working! Ah! Damn it, no!
That was unexpected, yes.
The Sapiarchs are dead. Now what do we do?
I knew this wasn't going to work. Speeding up the Sapiarch ritual was a long shot at best. We should have had the Conclave working on a solution all along. The Psijics could have figured out how to attune the Resolute Diamonds. You're right. Even without the Right Master, we can still do this. I can take the Resolute Diamonds and return to Alteum immediately. But, well, I'm kind of at a loss as to what we should do next. No, that was a bad idea the first time Lathan suggested it. I'll take the diamonds to Alteum and get to work immediately. Meanwhile, I need you to go to Eleanor and warn the Proxy Queen. She has to make sure Summerset is prepared, just in case. Darian, gather the diamond keys. The Psijic Order will do what the Sapiarchs could not.
No, I'm done with the Psijic Order. Too many deaths, not enough action.
Raz will meet our friend in Alinor. You two do what you must. This one has seen many... This one has seen many bizarre things working as an Eye of the Queen, but this may take the moonsugar cake. A strange dog walked up and spoke to Raz. That is what Raz said, a dog. It spoke words as clear as day. It gave me a message to give to you. The dog said you should meet it in the gardens because it had something important to tell you. Yes, Raz will go warn the Proxy Queen. That would be for the best. Just be careful, my friend. This one does not trust dogs, especially ones that talk. Talking animals, so unnatural, yes?
The Office of Divine Prosecution requires
You again.
strong-minded assistance.
All right, follow me.
Summerset requires your services again, friend of Razumdar.
It's me. Vile told me to find the mortal flea that continues to pester him and deliver a message. He's terrible with mortal names, but I immediately thought of you. Glad to see that my intuition's as sharp as ever. Oh yeah, I've got a message for you. My master's less than pleased with the way Nocturnal treated him. He wanted to be the first one to betray the Triad. Look, he wanted me to make sure to tell you he's not upset about the whole Vivek thing. At least, not anymore. Probably wants to make some kind of a deal. That's his bread and butter, you know. You can do what you want, but I figure you're even more angry with Nocturnal for the way she evaporated your friend and took the heart of transparent law. He told me you could find him in the caves just north of the city. Just be nice to him when you get there. He's still a little upset over how the Triad broke up and all that. My master has been livid since Nocturnal betrayed him. That's why I've been keeping my distance. Do me a favor and try not to make him any more irritated when you talk to him. I'd hate to see something bad happen to you. Oh wait, no I wouldn't. What? You never heard of the Daedric Prince of Bargains? The ruler of the Fields of Regret and the Lord of Tricks and Wishes? Well, don't tell him that. He's upset enough as it is. He had such high hopes until Nocturnal betrayed their partnership. I'm Barvis. Sure, I may look like a talking dog, but I'm actually a talking dog. I'm my master's faithful...
Tired of walking anyway. Off we go.
Yeah!
Well, drive it off!
Stand back, my lady.
Griffins would make better neighbors than wood elves. Let's consider this spot.
Yeah!
As you say, my lady.
Yeah! Yeah!
Look at that! You can follow directions. My master's waiting for you deeper inside.
Please, Master! Mercy! No! Even in death they serve. So, the Hound found you? Good. Let's discuss an arrangement, shall we? Don't let these crumbled husks trouble you. I needed to vent my frustrations, and my loyal followers were close at hand. Yes, I did. I assumed barbers would have made that clear. I admire your persistence almost as much as I hate the fact that you constantly oppose me. Still, Nocturnal couldn't dispatch you, which indicates you may be useful to me after all. We have a common cause now, you and I. A common enemy. Nocturnal turned her back on our alliance. She betrayed the Triad. Worse, she betrayed me. Consider my next words carefully before you respond. I can grant you access to the Crystal Tower. You killed my Court of Bedlam, Earl. You dispatched our pet sea sloth. I hate you, but I also respect you. And I need your help to gain vengeance against Nocturnal. So I ask you this. How could you not trust me? Isn't the enemy of my enemy my friend? Upstairs, you'll find a key. With it, your Psijic friends can get you to my realm, where I can direct you to the Crystal Tower. Getting inside, though, for that, you'll need the Resolute Diamonds. Unfortunately, I can't help you with that. Haven't you learned anything? The Crystal Tower exists in all realms. In my realm, however, there is no gatehouse to block your way. A problem, certainly, but one I'm sure you can overcome. Perhaps another prince will be willing to help you. I leave the details of that to you. Just remember this favor I have provided when you restore the tower and save your beloved Nern. I'm sure something of value will suggest itself when the time is right. I promise that whatever I ask for as compensation, it will not unduly cost you. Anyway, no more than you can afford. On that, you have my word.
Trick me. Never going to happen.
You know, I like to think I'm agreeable.
Can you hear me? I have troubling news. The Golden Knight has taken matters into his own hands. He set Lathan free and returned with him to Summerset. Who knows what all that time in Meridia's realm did to Darian's mind? He couldn't have gotten off the island without Lathan's help, and Lathan needed his assistance to circumvent the wards placed upon him. I need you to find out what they're on. I sensed Darian in Summerset's northwest region, but Lathan's magic prevents me from identifying a more precise location. Please, I need your help. The Resolute Diamonds are proving more difficult to unravel than I imagined. I'll find you as soon as the diamond keys are ready to use.
Can never have enough of that.
Yeah! want to hurt you, but now I'm going to.
Take your will, mortal fools! Battle isn't a war, mortal.
Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting. Off we go! Yeah.
Hurry up, Lathan! They could find us at any moment!
Something's wrong.
Wrong? Why doesn't that surprise me? Now, don't get mad, but there's a perfectly good explanation why Lathan and I busted out of Artaeum and came to this charming little hideaway. The intentions of the Psijics are good, but we're running out of time. From what we saw at the gatehouse, Nocturnal has already taken control of the Crystal Tower. Drastic action is called for, and Lathan's agreed to put us in contact with Mephala. Not you, too. I got enough doubt and dirty looks back in Artaeum. Look, Mephala was betrayed by Nocturnal. It stands to reason she might want to help us. And we could certainly use the power since I still can't make contact with Meridia. I knew I could count on you. As for Lathan, you should talk to him. We can make him pay for his crimes later. Right now, we need him to help us or we could lose everything.
If you want to return me to Artaeum, I won't resist you. But first I need to find out if the rest of Methala's followers are safe. Let me learn their fate, and then I'll submit myself to your mercy. I am, but I'm surprised that you'd go along with that. If we can get inside and reach Bathala's shrine, I can attempt to make contact with my prince. Not exactly, but it's obvious to me that you believe that's what's happened. I need to see for myself. In any event, there's no harm in approaching Bathala's shrine. I'm just a little concerned that it took me so long to open this door. It should have been a simple matter to identify myself and unlock the door. But the spells in place resisted me. It's as if I've lost my status as Bathala's Earl. Or as if someone or something interfered with the place's... I spent years on that damnable island. Do you think the Sigic's magic could long hold someone who knows the intricacies of the place? With the Right Master's death, the Order is in chaos. Only Val even realized I was missing. I'm just guessing, mind you, but I imagine someone with the abilities of a Daedric prince, who possesses the heart of transparent law, could walk into the Crystal Tower as easily as you or I could cross the threshold of an inn. My prince deals in secrets and hidden lore. If anyone can activate the keys to the Crystal Tower, she can. That was our original plan, before you intervened. After I acquired the diamonds from the Sapiarchs, I was supposed to bring them to Mathala. How did this happen? My people should have been safe within these walls.
Nocturnal's been eliminating the sects of the other princes. Are you surprised she'd turn on her former allies?
I recruited most of these men and women. I was responsible for them.
Scout ahead and find the shrine. I'll stay with Lathan until he's ready to move on.
It pains me that it had to end this way, but my mistress will not be denied.
Butcher! How dare you pretend to care about the men and women you slaughtered?
Every action I performed was in the service of Nocturnal's grand plan.
Lathan, she has my Dawnbreaker. Ask her if she'll kindly return it.
I never trusted Nocturnal's Earl. A dark elf in the court of Bedlam? It was unprecedented. Her daggers are as sharp as her temper, so we must tread carefully here. Nocturnal's champion is reckless and quick to anger. We can take advantage of that. Perhaps get her to slip up and reveal what's going on here. Nocturnal's magic is at work here. See how the Yagra have mutated into creatures of shadow? We need to follow Nocturnal's Earl. Harry her. Make her so mad she tells us everything. Hopefully, one of us will live long enough to use the information. Champion of Nocturnal, what magic is this? I've never seen anything like it.
This was always the plan. Nocturnal's plan.
So Nocturnal did betray my mistress.
Your mistress is weak. Come with me, and I'll show you what true power looks like.
Lathan, no! Come on! We can't let them get away!
This magic, it destroys everything. What good is power if there's nothing left to rule?
This is what the court wanted all along. An end to the old ways. A new beginning.
I won't be party to the death of innocents! I won't...
Let him go!
Be silent, knight, or I'll let you taste the blade you once carried. I wish to speak to your friend now. I'm sorry it had to come to this, but nothing can stop the magic of the pearls now. My mistress offers a small mercy. Leave her to finish her work, and she'll kill the Sijiks quickly. But if you interfere, you will all suffer before you die. The sea-slowed trinkets. It was an easy matter for my mistress to alter the magic, to use their ability to siphon life energy and funnel it into the crystal tower. In the end, your own world will provide the power that spells its doom. Stop calling me that! Vaya died on a cold, hard floor in Balmora. I'm Tundlewind now, champion of Nocturnal. As the crystal tower fills with power, drawn from this dying world, it will provide my mistress with what she needs to remake reality. Mephala and Clavicus Vile are fledglings compared to my mistress. Nocturnal existed before this reality was even imagined, and she will ride its destruction into the next. This isn't an end, it's a new beginning. Good luck with that. Now stay out of the way, or death will be the least of your concerns.
Nocturnal must pay for betraying my mistress. But the magic of the abyssal pearls appears to do more than just siphon our life energy. While a consecrated shrine offers the best conduit to a Daedric prince, there are other means. In the back chambers, she's gone. I no longer sense her presence here. The abyssal pearls, however, the court helped seed them throughout Summerset. I can tell the Sijiks where to find them before Nocturnal activates them all. First, though, we must contact Mephala. Darian, go the other way and meet us in the back chambers. We want to make sure Nocturnal's Earl didn't leave us any surprises.
I'll go. But if this is just a ploy so you can betray us, you'll have to deal with me.
Destroy that creature, and then I can contact my prince.
There you are! This place is already as light! What is that thing?
Meet me outside, and we'll make contact with my prince. Mephala, appear before your faithful servant.
I answer my Earl's summons only to find him with these unworthies. Do you betray me too, Lathan?
Never, my prince. We share a common enemy now. Please, talk to them and hear what they have to say.
So, the mortal who opposed me wants to speak. If what you say doesn't interest me, I will order Lathan to kill you. And what did the cowardly Prince of Bargains offer you? Was it something so intriguing that you would risk my wrath as well? Speak, before my patience wears thin. You would challenge Nocturnal in the Crystal Tower? Since gaining the Heart of Transparent Law, the tower serves as an extension of her own realm. It amuses me that you want to thwart her plans. She'll destroy you, of course, but I'm still amused. How desperate you must be to offer the very relics I once sought. I will think upon your request. Before you enter Vile's realm, have my Earl contact me again. At that time, I will either help you, or I won't, as is my prerogative.
That's it? A maybe?
I'll return to Artaeum with Darien and tell them what we learned. Meet us there.
We failed. The Conclave, despite its best efforts, wasn't able to attune the Resolute Diamonds. We can't use the Diamond Keys to enter the Crystal Tower. But what about you? Were you able to track down Darien and the traitor Lathan? Using the Crystal Tower and Sotha Seal's technique for utilizing life energy? Then we really are doomed. Without a way into the Crystal Tower, we can't even attempt to challenge Nocturnal, let alone try to stop her. Is that what the Psijic Order is reduced to? Forced to accept help from the same Daedric princes that got us into this trouble in the first place? Still, getting to the tower won't matter if we can't use the Diamond Keys to get inside. I opposed this line of reasoning when Lathan first suggested it, as bargains with the princes don't often end well. But what choice do we have? Still, thanks for finding a way forward. While it's a long shot, at least it represents a chance. I'll start making preparations for the Dreaming Cave. In the meantime, Sotha Seal asked me to send you to his study the moment you arrived. I'm not sure what he wants, but you should tell him about your interactions with the betrayed princess. Something to do with the Crystal Tower, no doubt. Sotha Seal has never been forthcoming, though for some reason it appears that he's taken a liking to you. But tell me, what of Darien and Lathan? Both decided to return? I'm surprised. Meridia's Knight has a stake in this, but why would Lathan volunteer to return? It makes no sense. Well, go and talk to Sotha Seal. Perhaps he can shed light on what we can expect in the Crystal Tower. Sotha Seal waits for you in his study. Tell him about the alliance with the Daedric princes, and ask him if he knows what we can expect to face inside the Crystal Tower. I'll wait for Darien and Lathan to return. We'll want to send a small force, but leave the majority of the Conclave behind, in case the efforts in the Crystal Tower fail. Leave the details of that to me. I'm not sure how we're going to...
The Tribunal has been warned. They will make preparations in case the efforts here fail. I doubt that even they can weather the resulting storm if the worst comes to pass. As I calculated, your actions will determine the outcome of these events. In part, determining the possible consequences of disparate actions becomes easier when studying the primary catalyst. You have a tendency to fill that role in almost all situations. What happened after the Sapiarchs failed to attune the diamonds? A bold move. Still, I see the logic. Who better to send against their betrayer than the mortal who bested their plans at every turn? If Mafala agrees, you'll be able to assault the tower. I just wish I knew what Nocturnal hopes to accomplish. I'm not sure that's within the capability of the Crystal Tower, but if she uses my technique for siphoning life energy to supercharge the tower... An interesting application of the magic of the Abyssal Pearls. It could work, I suppose. If Nocturnal uses the life force of Nirn to increase the power of the Crystal Tower, she can then use the same technique to steal the energy of the Daedric Princes as she invades their realms. Infinite connections, infinite power. Ingenious. Gather your companions and meet me in the Dreaming Cave. We must contact Vile and Mafala so you can enter the Crystal Tower, recover the Heart of Transparent Law, and repair the Tower Crystal. That will require a burst of divine energy, though. Transparent Law, the crystal at the top of the tower, is as much metaphysical as it is tangible. Only divine energy can reconnect the heart and make the crystal whole. Of course, Nocturnal is aware of this as well. If Nocturnal performs the restoration and once again merges the heart with Transparent Law, her connection to the tower will become unbreakable. She truly will ascend to an infinite state of being. You must enter the Crystal Tower and recover the heart. Then find a relic filled with divine energy and repair Transparent Law. Only then will the tower's innate defenses re-engage and repel Nocturnal's influence. In theory, anyway.
I can't believe you just waltz up to a god for a bit of conversation like it's nothing. I don't know whether to be impressed or tell the Ordinators.
Psijics must be wine drinkers, because this ale they make tastes awful. I brought Lathan back, and what does Valsurin do? Sends me off without a word or a thank you. So when do we head out to assault the Crystal Tower? No one tells me anything around here. I knew I could count on you. You're always straight with me. I appreciate that. Still, the last time I went off to fight a Daedric prince, there was a celebration. A party! This time it's just us. What? No, I didn't mean it like that. I just mean back then there were more familiar faces, friends who I knew had my back, charging into battle with allies I trusted. There was a comfort in that. Here I'm practically a stranger. And trust me, I am grateful for that. You're kind of like me in a lot of ways, aren't you? An outsider caught up in things we don't fully understand. Whatever happens, when this is over, let me buy you a drink. Then we can have a proper celebration.
Be careful, Initiate. The fields and...
This is Arteum. Raz is impressed, and truly frightened by the very strange sky.
Ah, here comes your friend now. Just remember, you were never here. The Conclave isn't fond of visitors.
For a place that doesn't like visitors, Raz thinks it's pretty busy, yes? Raz never had the urge to travel to Oblivion, or visit a magically displaced island. But now Raz feels like the cat who caught the farmer's prized turkey. It is good to see you safe, my friend. Now, tell Raz you have a way to save. Raz knew that strange talking dog would lead you into trouble. Do you really think we can trust those Daedric princes? No, too late for that. Tell Raz the rest of your plan, yes? Foolish, but brave. Also very foolish. Raz has walked into certain death many times and emerged with his fur intact. Mostly. But Raz knows why you do this thing. Raz will not try to talk you out of this. He will instead give you happy news. Raz warned Queen Irene. She has promised to contact the leaders of the other alliances and assemble a mighty force to deal with this threat. Which brings us to the not-so-happy news. The mighty force won't reach Summerset for quite some time. Oh, Raz could tell you about prevailing winds, unusual storms, and other factors beyond our control, but it amounts to the same thing. We're on our own, my friend. Not this time. Raz must go back and lead the divine prosecution in defense of Summerset. If the Crystal Tower keeps exploding, we will evacuate the island and save as many people as we can. May the luck of Joan and Jode be with you, my friend.
I was tired of walking anyway.
You are a terrific father to our daughter, Lathan. I'll never forget that.
You were always Elderway's hero, Val. I envied the way she looked up to you.
I'm sorry, Lathan. I should have been there with you, with her, at the end.
You were trying to save her. I know that. It was just... Damn it, we need to win this, Val.
Things will never be the same between me and Lathan again. But I think we understand each other a little better now. Funny how the approaching end of the world has a way of putting everything into perspective. I've been a member of the Psijic Order for more years than I can remember. But this is the first time since my daughter's illness that I've been truly frightened about what's to come. The world ends all the time. It's just that I'm more accustomed to that being a personal event and not a shared experience. The world ended when the Right Master died, for example, but only from his perspective. If Nocturnal remakes reality... You have a way of instilling confidence, my friend. You're similar to the Right Master in that regard. If we can't have him at our side for this, I'm glad to at least have you. I just hope we can see our way through this. I'll meet you at the cave.
This shrine, Val and I built it for our daughter after she died. High elves don't bury their dead, but we needed something to remember her by. She loved climbing this tree before the illness took her. I forgot how beautiful it was. With the Psijic Order and my mistress Methala aligned toward a common goal, I'm feeling practically giddy with anticipation. But never fear. I'll re-establish contact with my prince when called upon to do so. I gave you my word. The court offered me a purpose after my life lost its meaning. Our princes promised to remake the world, turn it into a better place, a paradise. and they were going to elevate the Altmer back to their status as gods. Suffering would come to an end. Not in the least. Remaking the world to eliminate death and disease is one thing. Destroying everything to turn yourself into a being of infinite power, well, that's something else entirely. Mathala will see that and provide the help you need.
Unbelievable. A spy in the Thalmor's midst. It's a good thing you were there to discover the culprit.
Talk to me when you're ready to proceed. This is the moment of truth. Once we begin, nothing can stop the rush to the grand conclusion. Make sure you have everything you need before...
I'll lead you through the fields of regret to reach the Crystal Tower.
Hey, that dog just talked!
I can establish contact with Mathala. She's ready to appear if you're willing to lower the defenses.
Oriandra, Valserin, assist me. Let us open a path and not keep the Prince of Secrets waiting.
So the seal, the false god. I should have expected to see you.
Lady Mathala, will you honor the agreement you made with this mortal?
I am always true to my word. Now, send forth a mortal who consistently avoids the tangles of my webs. We have much to discuss. You are strangely consequential for a mortal. In my calculations, I somehow overlooked your significance. And yet, that is worked to my advantage. For now we have a chance to thwart Nocturnal, and that will be something to savor. I can attune the diamond keys, but that won't be enough to keep you safe. Using the secrets she stole from So the Seal, Nocturnal has infused the Crystal Tower with boundless energy. It makes the tower's connection to reality increasingly unstable. I must turn the Resolute Diamonds into more than just keys. They must become an anchor, something to lock you to this reality. Without such a weight, you will be lost as the tower rapidly shifts from one plane to the next. And in exchange, 2 trivial concessions, nothing more. First, just as Vile sends his hound, I want you to take my Earl Lathan into the Crystal Tower. And second, I wish a private meeting with So the Seal after reality has been saved. Do we have a deal? 2 resolute diamonds, imbued with the power of Mathala. Now they merge into a single gem. 1 resolute anchor to serve as both key and safeguard. Do not lose this. Only its presence will keep you and your companions anchored to this reality. Remember, If any of you stray too far from the protection of the resolute anchor, you'll be lost in the nothingness between realities. And know that I will be watching.
Can she do that? I hate being spied on.
Now it's my turn. Let me use the gift my master gave you, and I'll get you to the Crystal Tower.
Get the heart and restore the crystal known as transparent law. But remember, you'll need a relic of divine energy to accomplish that.
Lathan, promise me you'll keep them safe.
I promise, Val.
Oriandra, if I die saving the world, know that our brief time together has made me a better man.
What are you talking about?
Shh, 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 shh. It's all right to cry. I'll do my best to return to you. I promise.
What just happened? What's that crazy knight talking about?
I bet Nocturnal knows we're coming. So much for the element of surprise.
Where's Bile's hound? Has he abandoned us already?
Nocturnal sends creatures into our realm, not while Barbarous is on guard. Scoffin! Come forth!
Where are you going, creature?
I promised to show you the way. There, follow that path. That's the way to the tower. Now, I have a realm to defend.
I don't think I like Barbarous much.
And to think we're depending on the actions of mortals. Ah, well, let's talk. Nocturnal dares much attacking my master's realm. But here you are, safe and sound. The Crystal Tower. At least it's the version that exists in the Fields of Regret. Now, I really need to get back to barking and biting Nocturnal's minions. Well, that depends on how good Mephalah's magic is. If you're attuned to the resolute anchor like she promised, then the doors to the Crystal Tower will open at your approach. If not, you'll more than likely die on the doorstep. That was the plan, yes, but plans change when Nocturnal attacked my master's realm. Now Clavicus Vile wants me to repel those invaders and start preparing contingencies in case you fail. Understand, I have no contingencies, so try not to fail. I've never been inside a tower that straddles every reality, but I expect you're going to have to go up, up, up. If you do reach the Night Mistress, fight her once for me. Remember Mephalah's warning. Stray too far from the resolute anchor, and you'll get lost between realities.
This place looks surprisingly intact.
The interior and the exterior of such places rarely coincide perfectly. I pity the sapiarchs that were present when Nocturnal unleashed this magic.
Why for Mummy?
A dead end? Did we make a wrong turn?
Wait, the tower. It's moving. Fascinating. It appears to be reconfiguring itself.
Then let's get moving before the tower remakes this platform out of existence.
I expect we'll see more evidence of this malleable nature the higher we climb.
Look at this place. Part of the ceiling has fallen in.
Yes, but what happened to the Shadow Sapiarchs? They were thick as crows on the lower levels.
Stay back!
Really? A walking volcano?
I don't know how you entered the tower, but you must get out of here.
She's still alive. We have to help her.
No, stay back. The relic that protects me, it's failing. You can't help me.
She's right. Look how she's starting to fade.
Please, before I'm lost, tell me, what happened? Nocturnal? So I am to die as a pawn in some game played by a Daedric prince? I'm sorry, but you've reached a dead end. The explosions. The exit is blocked by debris. There's no way to move it. You should turn back and flee. The old ballista. If you could get it working again, it might be strong enough to punch through the debris. Oh gods, the relic. I'm not ready to die. I don't want to die!
Let me help you. Clear your mind.
It's so hard to concentrate.
Think of your loved ones. Picture their faces, and my magic will help you.
I see them. The pain is fading. I can see.
She's gone.
Her last moments were peaceful. I saw to that. The magic that held back the shadows is gone. They'll be upon us before we know it.
Dying Sapiarch was right. That is a ballista. It's not broken, it's just missing a few parts. Look around while I get the rest of it back in working condition. That should do it. That should work. Let's blast away out of here. Now that's how to clear a path. I need one of those.
From the opening in the ceiling, it appears that we're no longer in Vile's realm.
So that's what they meant when they said the tower was in every realm at the same time.
Yes, that must control the gate across the chamber. It appears to require a key, however. Down there. That looks like a likely candidate.
Where did she come from?
Nocturnal started to repair transparent law. Soon none of this will matter.
No, you mustn't do this.
You can't reason with crazy, Lathan. Besides, we've got company.
How observant, Knight. Why do you insist on prolonging your pain, Lathan?
You know nothing about pain.
A pity. I thought we were the same.
If you want to take a break.
Your quest ends here.
Enough. Just hand over the damn key.
She's just trying to slow us down. Meet up at the gate pedestal.
Maybe I should have joined the buoyant homages.
Try the key pedestal. She did something to the controls. The gate won't open. We must be nearing the pinnacle of the tower. That's why Nocturnal sent her champion to slow us down. Nocturnal's Earl damaged this mechanism beyond repair. Even if we had acquired the key, I'm not sure it... Sapient magic is powerful, but not as powerful as the magic of the Psijic Order. Since we don't have the key, I can try to overcome the damaged mechanism and then follow after you. I can operate the mechanism manually from here. Then, once you and Darien are through the gate, I could teleport... The gate! It's opening! Go on! I can't
Ethan, watch out!
for very long!
I have to stop you here. All of you.
I wondered if you'd actually show yourself instead of just projecting menacing images.
A closed gate won't save them, Lathan.
No, but this will keep you busy for a time.
No!
Where'd they go? Is Lathan gone?
That should keep her busy, for a short time at least.
Why are you glowing?
I was overconfident, I'm afraid. Valcerin always said I was too sure of my own abilities. I just assumed I'd be able to get back to the protection of the Resolute Anchor before I was unmade. Pity. I would have preferred a more heroic ending. I had to do something to get rid of Nocturnal's champion. At least for a little while. Beyond that, I really did hope that a moment outside the Anchor's protection wouldn't be fatal. Just something else you can tell Valcerin I was wrong about. You can stop Nocturnal. I'd really rather not see you and the Knight wind up with this fate. And if all goes well, you can tell Valcerin that I'm sorry. Now hurry. Nocturnal's Earl won't be gone long. I should be thanking you. You had no reason to trust me, yet you did. And you gave me a chance to see my wife. To reconcile with her in a way. Now go and beat Nocturnal. I have faith in you. Tell her I'm going to go be with our daughter. Tell Val that we will wait for her.
We should keep moving. There's nothing more we can do here. Nocturnal's realm. We've gotta be nearing the top of this damn thing.
I really don't like your odds.
You thought Lathan could stop me? You don't need to lay the
Ignore the
inevitable.
creepy voice. We have to keep going.
That's far enough. My mistress can't be interrupted. Her work is too important.
Give me the damn Dawnbreaker back.
Come and get it! I don't understand. Why didn't the sword protect me?
Because Dawnbreaker was never intended for you.
Meridia's magic is gone. The blade isn't yours anymore either.
We'll see about that.
Join Meridia in my eternal darkness.
We are not dying like this! That worked? I mean, of course it worked. I just need a moment. Nocturnal's Earl was wrong. Meridia's power, it's not gone. Her magic remains strong and vibrant. The vessel, the last light of Meridia. It's me. I finally understand everything Meridia told me. Her power, it's inside me. And with it, I can remove the corruption from Dawnbreaker. I can fill the relic with divine energy again. Then this is even better. You can use the restored Dawnbreaker to save the world. I just won't be around to see it happen. I finally understand. I'm the vessel of Meridia, her champion. But you're the key to stopping Nocturnal and saving reality. I'm saying you've got this. Whenever a threat appears, you bring the champions together. You find a way to win. And I'll be at your side for this one final battle. Just not in the way I originally expected. I'm returning the last of Meridia's power to the blade, so you can stop Nocturnal. I wouldn't do this for anyone else. Thank you. For everything.
The tower crystal is almost whole. You're too late, mortal. Once the crystal is made whole, I shall become infinite. Meridia's power won't help you against me.
In a big family, you have to know how to scrap.
Rise, my champion, And this time, succeed where last you failed.
Finally!
You lead.
My true purpose! I will not fail you, Mother!
Your strength is
What crack
impressive,
about that?
but transparent law is almost whole. Now, rise again, my champion.
You can't stop me! I only grow stronger as we bathe this world in darkness!
Witness my unbridled power! No! The Tower Crystal was supposed to be mine!
The Crystal Tower. Its defenses no longer keep me out. Are you here, my friend? You did it. I knew it. transparent law. It's whole again. I didn't think that was possible, and you stopped Nocturnal. You're back upon Summerset, my friend. The tower itself, it reformed. But where's Darian? And Latham? Of course, when you restored the tower crystal, it most likely expelled Nocturnal back to her own realm. I'm a little concerned that I was able to walk in without a key, but we can figure that out later. Now tell me, what happened to Latham? Latham. I'll mourn for Latham later. I'm just glad he helped you. He would have made our daughter proud. For now, you have to tell Sir Cecile what happened. Then we can inform Summerset that the island, the world, is safe again.
if you want to take a break, I won't complain.
As I predicted, your efforts were successful. A slight chance is all probability requires. There is no such thing as impossible odds. You are proof of that. Was that Meridia's plan all along? Perhaps, perhaps not. Your perseverance paid off, however. You never gave up even when the darkness was unbearable. And because of that, the Crystal Tower is safe again. Life and death, it's all part of the ongoing circle. As long as you remember them, they will never be forgotten. It took Nocturnal hundreds of years to put all the pieces of her plan into place. And you wiped it all out with a single thrust of the Dawnbreaker. There will be other plans, I'm sure, but this particular threat is over. Next, every action we take can tip the balance of the flow of time. Bask in the moment and realize that you have done well, my mortal friend. You have saved the Crystal Tower, saved Summerset, saved reality itself. Even I could not have done better. For now, I must attend to other matters.
Feeling chatty, are we?
We still have work. I'm afraid we still have work to do. While the Crystal Tower is protected against Daedra, any mortal can now walk right through its gates. We must convince the Sapiarchs to gather allies in order to defend the crystal-like law. It will take an influence far stronger than you and I. Of that, I'm sure. We'll call a meeting of Summerset's most influential leaders. Perhaps, with such a force behind us, we can persuade the Sapiarchs to see reason. We've already seen the devastation that's possible when the tower falls into the wrong hands. And the recent attack by Nocturnal only reinforces the need for greater protection. I want you there to help plead our case. Will you join us? Go and tell Oriandra of my plan. She'll know which parties to contact. I'd also like to ask Sotha Seal to join us. His support would be extremely helpful to our cause. Honestly, I haven't yet had a moment to process all that happened. There's still so much to be done, and perhaps that's for the best. The time to grieve can wait.
It's good to see you alive and well. Word has already spread about your daring exploits within the Crystal Tower. It's still a little hard to believe, truth be told. Of course, there's so much left to do. I already have a list as long as my arm. That doesn't sound good. Is there another crisis I have yet to be informed about? I'd almost rather deal with another crisis than try to convince the Sapiarchs. Still, it will be done. I'll even make sure to invite the Proxy Queen. Her palace should make for a suitable meeting place. Neutral ground and all that. Sotha Seal's in his study, preparing to depart. He never seems to stick around for very long. I suggest you hurry if you want to catch him. I'll meet you in front of the Proxy Queen's palace in Alinor. Meet me there after you talk to Sothasil.
Here you are again. The time has come for my departure. I've always felt a sense of peace in Artaeum, but also discomfort. A consistent dilemma within me, which seems to have only grown. I'll be glad to get back. While you confronted Nocturnal, I worked within the shadow of your efforts. Negotiations with both Clavicus Vile and Mephala were held, and a compromise was decided upon. The two have agreed to a compact. Knowing the nature of Daedra, I doubt that shall be the case. However, any direct interference within Nirn should cease. While the terms are met, of course. As for Nocturnal, it seems she's returned to the shadows. Perhaps. She likely contemplates her next course of action even now, given such a defeat. It may be centuries before she makes another attempt. Then again, could be days. Such is the chaotic nature of the Daedric princes. I must decline. Valserin may see me as an ally, but to Summerset, I am a foreign interloper. An enemy of the state. My participation would not be welcome. The need for my presence has come to an end, and so I must depart. And so the gears turn once more. Ever changing, yet ever the same. With you always in the center, it seems. I take no pleasure in such distractions from my work. Still, I would not dislike it if we spoke again. Farewell.
As I have said, the Proxy Queen is unable to hold an audience with petitioners at this time.
Must be.
There are
There must
other
be
affairs
something
that require
important
her
going on to
attention.
bring them out of hiding.
Finally, you arrived. We were able to gather everyone together, but they've already started the meeting. Valserin tried to make them wait, but the Sapiarchs demanded to know what was happening. To be honest, not great. Even the Proxy Queen is hesitant to accept our request. As always, everyone's so worried about proper High Elf decorum that they refuse to see reason. I'm just not sure how we're going to win this. Everyone's gathered in the council chamber. You should go inside.
You can't make such demands. The Sapiocs are the keepers of the Crystal Tower.
This is about more than the College of Sapiocs, Lonatil.
If Raz could intervene, perhaps we should hear from our newly arrived friend.
We concur with Razum Dar. Let us hear what the adventurer has to say.
The Sapiocs recognize your bravery on our behalf in Lalandril and within the Crystal Tower, but there is nothing you can say that will alter our thinking on this matter. So Valcerin claims. If this is true, the College shall institute new measures to protect the tower. That is well within our capabilities. The Psijic Order is responsible for all that has happened. Why should I trust them now? Perhaps you're right, but the Sapiocs did not cause these events. The Psijic Order did. My people died protecting the Crystal Tower. Why should I accept aid from the very Order that's responsible for their deaths? Be that as it may, the Sapiocs will continue to do as we always have. We shall protect the Crystal Tower. Entrusting that responsibility to anyone else is just far too dangerous a risk to take. That's your opinion. You are a newcomer. I have no reason to believe that you have Summerset's best interests in mind. For all I know, you and the Psijic Order wish to use the Crystal Tower for your own purposes.
Our friend has proven their mettle time and time again. Raz thinks you should hear about these deeds. Oriandra, admit our guests now, yes?
What are you up to, Razum Dar?
I will vouch for this adventurer. While I was blinded by prejudice and hate, their actions saved Shimmerine.
The Divine Prosecution recognizes this adventurer's efforts to maintain the peace. I can personally attest that they saved Katan Keep from a Daedric cult.
Alchemy vouches for this adventurer. Within our troop, loyalty and trust come before all. This brave hero has demonstrated those qualities 1,000 times over.
We have heard enough. We accept that the adventurer is trustworthy. Sapioc Lonatil, listen to what they have to say.
I apologize for my assumptions. It's clear you've done much good for Summerset and its people. The protection of the Crystal Tower has been the Sapioc's duty for time immemorial. To change that now feels like we've failed. I can't deny the truth of your words. Very well. Henceforth, the Sapiocs will accept outside aid in order to best protect the Crystal Tower. I'll begin preparations immediately. However, I still refuse to allow the Psijic Order to participate. I promise we will work with the Proxy Queen to make sure the Crystal Tower remains safe. I'll begin preparations immediately. We'll even allow the Divine Prosecution and the Mages Guild to participate in these efforts.
Raz is sure there are many more details to work out, but for now, this one just wants a very strong drink.
If you would wait a moment, my friend, Thank you for helping me win this last battle. While the Psijic Order will not be among those protecting the Crystal Tower, we will continue to observe from afar. And now, it's time for us to depart Summerset. We never meant to take such a direct role in events. We're observers, watchers. We lend a hand, guide fate, but never directly shape it. Besides, I need to return to Artaeum and take up the mantle of Rite Master, at least for a little while. On an interim basis until we get beyond this crisis and can make a decision for the future. In the meantime, I want to atone for what the Rite Master and Lathan did. I owe Summerset that much, at least. You're attuned to Artaeum and have a connection to the Psijic Order now. The portal will always be...
Razumdar, remove your furry seat from our throne.
After all Raz has done for Queen and country, you would deny him this small comfort?
Why Cousin Irene tolerates you, we'll never understand.
Raz could get used to such a seat. Metaphorically speaking, of course. This one would prefer a throne with far more padding. But enough of such talk. Today we celebrate your victory. From newcomer to savior of Summerset. Quite the feat, yes? Raz thought of many different plans once he heard of this meeting. He is...
I can't believe I was nearly pecked to death. Nothing is worth... Oh, I'll go back to Mirinel, all right, and give her a piece of my mind.
I haven't run that hard. That root-ass best so...
Tired of walking anyway. Ifra be praised. I can't believe you were able to pull that off. You're something else. And don't worry, You did? Well, I'll be taking that. Wouldn't want it to go to waste after all. Thanks again for... We'll head to Cloud Rest, as soon as my companions have time to rest. What? I mean... Oh, all right. After all, you did save these drag heels. Someone hired us to grab some is all. Not sure why. Griffins aren't easy to come by, though, outside of Summerset. Perhaps our buyer plans to sell the eggs somewhere off the island. Of course. It's always a good practice to keep such transactions under wraps. For all I know, you'd have...
Look, I apologized, and then I apologized again. What more do you want from me?
I've heard tell of...
A traveler. Don't see many wanderers out here near the Acropolis. Best give it a wide berth. There's a curse on this place. Ah, I see it. That look in your eye. You mean to go in there and break the curse of the Dureni Acropolis, don't you? Some folk say she was an innocent girl, buried alive by an evil sister. Others say she was a necromancer, put to the sword. Who knows? So, you're really going to look into this, yes? Ifra's bones if you adventurers aren't a peculiar bunch. I've got no orders to keep you out. Not many grave robbers dumb enough to loot this place. No offense. Anyway, it's been nice knowing you. I often ask myself the same question. Should have followed my mother's advice and learned a trade. Cobbling, maybe. I would have been a fine cobbler. Honestly, I have no idea. So far, we haven't seen any skeletons or ghoulies straying beyond the walls. But anything's possible, I guess. Just know that we'll be here, cheering you. You are yanking my ear, right? Everyone knows the Dureni. They're one of the oldest, most powerful clans in Aldmeric history. They founded the Dureni hegemony in High Rock back in the First Era. Not many Dureni left, but they're... Good question. Mara knows I'd never settled in that man and beast-infested... Sorry. Honestly, I really couldn't say. Some think it was exile, others that they were following their... Indeed. It's an ancient, weather-worn island in Iliac Bay. I've never been myself, but they say the Great Dureni Tower is so tall you could see it from the shores of Glenumbra. The Dureni keep to themselves now. I doubt they'll ever come back. What, cursed? For as long as anyone can remember. But the latest unpleasantness started a few months ago. It used to be that you'd just hear ghosts. Now the place is packed with undead beasts and vengeful spirits. Cancer...
The seal, the key. Take them. We must keep her locked away. Do not let her escape.
keeper. No. No, an intruder. Did you not hear the shrieks? The groaning admonitions? Who am I? I was called L'Oreal. But in truth, I am sorrow given voice. Agony given form. A prisoner confined to this cold, dead Acropolis for all time. You were brave to come here. But are you brave enough to seek the truth of this place? I haven't the heart to speak it aloud. I can only bear the pain through song. Even now, all these long centuries later, you carried the Keeper's golden seal. There is another, a crimson seal. It is close. I sense its presence, like a whispered accusation. My jailers, sons and daughters of the Direni, sworn to keep me imprisoned here. Did you not hear me? The sorrow robs me of my breath. I can only bear to tell you in song. Hear ye my tale of sisters two, bound by love and joy. The elder set sail, but the younger remained, alone with her tomes and her heartache. At length the caller came to the gates of the Direni, a fellow traveler on sorrow's road, with dark wisdom on his lips.
Behold, the Crimson Keeper! Keep to the oath, seal-bearer! Do not believe her lies. She is not what she seems.
Do this!
Don't listen. Her words are poison.
Is that the last of them? Oh, thank feck.
Her heart is twisted. She deserves this fate.
All her heart's doors closed and locked. The sister's power grew. Her gold eyes fixed on graves and tombs, the necromancer's muse. At length the eldest did return, flush with arcane might. She found her sisters, undead thralls, and wept long at the sight, knowing death could not contain her sister's newfound power. The eldest and her dear any kin buried me alive, here screaming into the black.
what her power wrought. Lock her away!
You found me. At last. Do you see what they did to me? What they are all still doing? Is a young girl's curiosity. You see my prison now. This circle of braziers. The Keepers would have you relight these fires to whip me back into silence. But I beg you, take up the Keeper's flame and burn my corpse. Without my body, the Dureni's cruel magics cannot bind me. It's as I said in my song. My sister and I were inseparable. Different sides. I struggled with my craft, falling. Yes. She found my mentor and I weaving spells over the corpses of our ancestors. She struck my mentor dead with a killing word, then wrapped me in searing chains. No. She carried out the sentence herself. Her face was the last thing I saw before they closed the lid. The Dureni feared what I would become if they executed me outright. She did what she was expected to do. I have nothing more to say. The Keepers marked my body with runes of restraint before they locked me in the tomb. After I expired, my soul tried to escape. Would you ask a caged meadowlark what it would do? It would fly free, feel the sun on its wings, and sing its forgotten songs. It would find the joy that it had long been denied. Revenge upon whom? The elves that locked me away are long dead. Dead and gone. Only their tombs remain. Their tombs and their descendants. I would return to that coffin. I would go back to screaming in silent horror. We arrive at the moment of choice. Please, use the Keeper's flame on my remains and set me free.
Curse you! You're... Curse you! I won't go back! I won't! I'll kill you all!
Let's ride!
Yeah!
Ah, you're back. Sorry if I seem surprised. Honestly, I wrote you off. Well, thank goodness for that. Well, thank goodness for that. I did notice the sky cleared up a bit. Maybe I'll finally be able to go home. I'll take that key off your hands if you'll part with it. The Justicia would find a use for it, no doubt. We have a deal?
Did you hear that?
It sounded angry and hurt.
I hope I never have to go in there.
Likewise. The fog may have cleared out, but this place still gives me the creeps.
We still have... Greetings, my friend. It concerns the Crystal Tower. I fear that the Sabiox can no longer handle the tower's protection.
anything I can do.
Honestly?
Here you are. And so the gears turn once more.
Actually a member of the Sijic Order?
Finally, you... There must be something important going on to bring them out of hiding.
You can't make such demands! The Sapiarchs are the keepers of the Crystal Tower.
This is about more than the College of Sapiarchs, Lanatil.
If Raz could intervene, perhaps we should hear from our newly arrived friend.
We concur with Razumdar. Let us hear what the adventurer has to say.
And that's supposed to convince me that the Sapiarchs recognize your bravery on our behalf in Lalandra, so Valcerin claims. Perhaps you're right, but the Sapiarchs did not. Be that as it may, that's your...
Well, time and time again, Raz thinks you should hear about these deeds. Oriandra, admit our guests now, yes?
What are you up to, Razumdar?
I will vouch for this adventurer. While I was blinded by prejudice and hate, their actions saved Shimmerine.
The Divine Prosecution recognizes this adventurer's efforts to maintain the peace. I can personally attest that they saved Katan Keep from a Daedric cult.
Alchemy vouches for this adventurer. Within our troop, loyalty and trust come before all. This brave hero has demonstrated those qualities 1,000 times over.
We have heard enough. We accept that the adventurer is trustworthy. Sapiarch Lanatil, listen to what they have to say.
Raz is sure there are many more details to work out, but for now, this one just wants a very strong drink.
If you would wait a moment, my friend, I'd like to talk privately.
Razumdar, remove your furry seat from
Congratulations, Admin. I usually avoid gatherings like this, but I'm trying to, I don't know, open up. For what it's worth, I told the Sapiarchs what you did for the people of Russafeld. And for me.
Good work, soldier. You've done a great deal for the citizens of this island.
I've had a lot of time to reflect on my actions in Shimmerine, to truly see how I let my prejudice blind me. Don't get me wrong, I'm still not pleased that we've opened our borders, but if my home is changing, then so must I.
It was hatred that changed my son. Hate of the new, hate of those different from us. And here you are, a newcomer. The very reason we're all still alive. I hope your actions change the minds of many others before they too take the wrong path.
Quite a party. I must admit I feel a little out of place. Someone was under the impression that I saved the Illumination Academy. You and I know better, of course. Congratulations, Karam. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm just going to try to blend in.
Found something interesting to share?
So you really beat the Daedric Prince? Unbelievable. Makes being an ambassador seem a bit dull in comparison.
Only someone truly amazing would be able to change a Sapiarch's mind. Of course, from what I've seen, you were certainly the right candidate. I just hope the Mages Guild is allowed to participate in the Tower's protection. Well, the research we collected within Eben Standmont hasn't been taken as well as I hoped. Many have questioned the credibility of my sources. Still, I'm hopeful that something good will come from our time there.
My, I have heard such tales about you. Would you consider giving the troops rights to your story? I've always thought I'd make a rather good nocturnal. Ah, but now is not the time for such talk. Spectacular as always. We've even started on a new production. I'd love to give you the details, of course, but confidentiality is first and foremost within my troupe, as you well know. And please, feel free to visit. I always enjoy our little chats.
The quality of ale and wine available in this palace is absolutely amazing. I may move in. Seriously, it was my pleasure to work with you. Maybe we can do it again someday, after I sober up a bit.
Too bad the Khajiit didn't need my help. I had a perfectly adequate speech prepared to praise your many talents. Maybe I'll recite it for you later if you want. You did good, my friend. Summerset is better for your presence.
Ceaseloads, Daedric princes, Yagra, crazy cultists. I never expected so many interesting diversions when I first decided to come to Summerset. You have my admiration, my friend. May Onsi's bright blade always watch over you.
Hey, what's this I hear about you smiting Daedric princes? Here I show you a few tricks of the trade and you go and show me up. Was it fun? I bet it was fun. Terrifying, but fun. I'm so jealous right now. Fighting a Daedric prince is what most hunters only dream of doing. But you actually did it. And you won! I should have stuck with you instead of these two tracking hounds. Not as much as you, clearly, but I've spilled my share of Daedra blood. The three of us have been rooting out the Court of Bedlam all across Summerset. Not with any official sanction, but the right people know what we're up to. The few we can trust. Nah, at this point they're scattered, broken, and disorganized. Stragglers. They'll be in hiding for a long time, but that's really just making it sporting for me. You too. And the next time you decide to square off with the dark powers of Oblivion, send a girl an invitation, will ya?
So you really were an investigator for the Proxy Queen? Or are you an eye of the Queen? A Psijic? I'm so confused. I could have sworn those papers were forged. I don't think I've ever met someone whose life is so complicated. If I had to map it out for an investigation, I'd imagine it'd look like the spiral skein. So please, try not to get into any trouble for my sake. Yes, well, better, I suppose. She's still impulsive and reckless, but I'll admit she's gotten better about taking other people into consideration. She's even shown me a few of the things she's learned while overseas. I don't, for the most part, but I'm trying to be more open-minded. There is some merit to it if you look deeply enough, and a good investigator should leave no stone unturned. We do have you to thank for the fresh start, so if nothing else, I owe it to you to try. Best of luck with your own complicated affairs.
I did say we'd only arrive in time to clean up the mess, didn't I? If it means a safer Summerset for all of us, then I'm honored to have played my part, however small. I was glad for the opportunity. When the Khajiit approached me, I thought my side investigation had finally crossed the wrong people. Fortunately, Razumdar's allegiances are in the right place, even if his methods are questionable. Into the Court of Bedlam. After I gave my report on the events at Kaitan Keep, my superior considered the matter closed. I, of course, disagreed, so I continued to pursue the leads we uncovered along with Linda Fway and Silery. Swimmingly, though I think Silery's brashness is rubbing off on us. We never got as close as you did to the organization's leadership, but while you were lopping off the heads of the Hydra, we were sweeping its legs out from under it. There's nothing harder to kill than an idea, believe me. The Court of Bedlam as we know it is gone, but the ideals it stood for will always appeal to some segments of our society. All we can do is be vigilant in excising their corruption. And you. It's been an honor to fight by your side.
Have no worries. I'm a mer of my word. I'll begin preparations at once to decide on appropriate allies for the...
We deal with Razumdar out of respect for our dear cousin. But some days are more trying than others.
Raz could get you. Raz thought of many different plans once he heard of this meeting. He is glad the first turned out so well. His other plans, well, there is no need to dwell on such unsavory details. This one never doubted you could do it, Fiveclaw. Actually, Raz may have doubted you a few times, or many times, but he apologizes for that. After all, you have now proven yourself most capable. And of course, no heroic deed is complete without a reward. Raz did indeed. On behalf of Queen Irene, this is for you. Ironic how Summerset was saved by one of the newcomers it so distrusts. This is a good lesson for the High Elves, yes. Maybe now they'll realize that change is not so bad after all. Enjoy yourself, my friend. Raz certainly plans to.
Our throne, Razumdar. We would have it back now.
So tense, your majesty. Must be this uncomfortable throne. Perhaps Raz could suggest a most comfortable cushion upon which you could sit.
Such a cushion is much too lumpy for our tastes, Cat.
So, this book just magically appeared in front of you?
I know what I saw. I was upstairs watching the ceremony, and I turn around for but a moment, and then this book just suddenly appears.
Look, the palace is magically sealed by some of the finest mages in Summerset. There's no way someone just teleported a book in here.
Maybe it's a cursed relic, then? I didn't touch it. It's still on the seat upstairs. Maybe we should ask the Sapiarchs to look at it?
Raz has much to do after this. Reports to write, missives to send.
As I have said, the proxy queen is unable to hold an audience with petitioners at this time. There are other affairs that require her attention.
Off we go!
When will whatever busy proxy queen see us?
I've a warning to sound about.
The depravity of Daedric worship is running rampant through our lands. Look around! Anyone gathered here could truly be a Daedric-loving fiend.
Kya! Kya!
Let's ride!
Pardon me, but I'd rather be left alone right now. I'm dealing with a rather personal loss. Corpse. Nefarian is dead. This note. Excellent. And by your own admission, he's dead. I honestly can't think of a better conclusion to this whole affair. I'll just say he was... Kid, thank you for understanding. Hopefully I can put this whole... Is it so strange to feel relief at such an outcome? You read Nefarians. Honestly, I'm sure he is too. Better to die in honor than live in disgrace. And a femme such as yourself would never understand. My family's name. Someone who's not a high elf, of course. If you're going to live within Summerset...